So for application, we will be using this automationpractice.com, which we have been using earlier also for our component level test cases or unit level test cases, right? So this would be this is a kind of practice application which is already in production, right? So this can be used for our end-to-end automation implementation, right? So this would be our landing page, or we can say a home page. And when you click on the sign in button on this home page, you come onto the login page, right, wherein you see two options, as in create an account section, and for the new visitors, or if you are already having the account, then you can input the email address and password in this field and log in, right? So uh, first we will have to create the account. So for that we will be like putting the email address here, and then create an account, go to create an account field, right? So this account already exists, so that's why it is giving you error. So let me change the email address. Then you will be landing on the customer registration page, right, wherein once you fill all the details, you can register your profile here, right? And then you would be automatically logged into the to the application, right? So that would be a kind of user registration flow. And second flow could be for let's say you already have the user registered, and somehow you don't remember the password, right? So you can click on the forgot password link on this sign in page only, on this login page only, and then once you navigate to the next page, once after inputting the email address, you can retrieve the password. Likewise, this would be a second flow, right? So that we will be automating. Next would be the end-to-end automation once you log in into this application. So I already have the account with me. I mean, my profile is already registered with me, so I can use that email address and password. Once I click on the sign in button, I 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once I click on the sign in button, I would be navigating to the my account page, right? So let me write down the scenarios also, so it would be easy for you to refer going forward. 1 second. Okay, so first flow what we talked about is like we will be like landing on the home page, then we will be moving to the sign in page, then we will be inputting the input email ID, and then create an account, registration page, customer registration page, then fill all the mandatory details or all the details, then register yourself. And then once you are registered, you would be actually navigating to the home page, I mean on the my account page, and from there you can just sign out or log out, right? So this would be a one flow for registering a customer, right? Registering customer. Second flow would be like we would be let's say you have the username already, and you forgot your password, so password retrieval, right? So this would be my kind of second basic scenario. So let me copy sign in page, input email ID, and then I will have to click on the forgot password link. And then I will on the next page input this email ID again, and then retrieve password. And then we will be navigating to the success page. Likewise, there would be a flow for retrieving the password, right? So this would be for retrieving the password. Next would be to place the order successfully, right? So that would be a end-to-end flow within the application, right? So place order successfully. For that, what we have to do, we have to go to this home page, and then we will be moving to the sign in page. Then we will like input username and password, username and password. Then we will click on the sign in button. Then we will be landing on the my account page. Okay, until here it is clear, right, to everyone. Now let me go to this. This is my I mean, once I enter the username and password, I will be like moving to this my account page, and from here I can search for the product, add to cart, and then I can move forward, as in like we are doing in our regular e-commerce applications, right? So I can search any of the product here. From here, let's say I am searching something from dresses, summer dress, and here let's say I am picking this. So home page, my account page, then search for product, search product, then select product, add to cart. Right. So once I add to cart, I would be proceeding for checkout. So add to cart, proceed for checkout. Then there would be 5 tabs here, which will actually confirm you all the details about the order, right? The address, shipping, payment, etc. Right. So first would be summary page, wherein you would see all the details, right? So this flow we will be automating summary. Then next step would be for sign in. Though you, though you have already signed in, so the application will skip this step, right? So since you were already signed in, so application skipped this step. Then you move to the address page, right? So summary, then let me write it here, sign in, optional, and then address. Then what next? We have shipping. Then we have payment. Okay, so before that, I will have to check this terms of service box. Then payment page, and once you are confirming the payment, then you have to confirm the order. So shipping, payment, and then confirm order. And then once you confirm your order, you would be navigating to the order complete page, right? So from here you have a couple of options, as in like you can move to the home page, or you can go to the back to orders page, where to just check if your order is listed in your order page or not, or you can sign out. So you can have likewise you can have the different flows, confirm order and then back to order. Let's say we are looking to confirm our order again, I mean, as in like we wanted to validate if the order is there in our order list or not. So I guess this is the one, right, which we have just placed, right? So we can check the details from here, right? So, and we can then sign out, right? So this would be our end-to-end flow, back to order, and then validate order details, and then sign out. Yeah. So this essentially would be our third flow, and this is a end-to-end flow, right? So I will be like initially doing that, and after that I will give you a couple of scenario which you will be like you will have to automate. Everything is fine here until this point, guys?
Yes, Nitin.
Okay, Vishal, do interrupt me if you have any question. Okay, Satara, you are also okay, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Now, since we would be using Eclipse, so I would be navigating to the Eclipse, and then I would be creating a project first, right? So though we already understood that in past, but for this framework development, I would be creating a new project, right? So this would be our Maven project, okay, and wherein I will have to create a simple project, right? So I will keep my group ID as in, let's say, end-to-end automation. Let me keep like this, e-commerce end-to-end automation, right? So likewise, I would put the artifact ID also, e-commerce automation. Okay, rest all thing you don't have to put anything here, just the group ID and the artifact ID, right? So once you finish, then the Maven project would be created here, right? Which is a kind of structured project, as in you would see SRC main Java and SRC test Java, right? So these two are the main folders, the important folders in this Maven project, right? Along with that, you get the pom.xml file, which is again an important file, right? Wherein you put all the dependencies. Okay. So we will see how we will be like adding the dependencies here. So SRC main Java, SRC test Java, right? So my project is ready. Now I will be going to this pom.xml file, and I would add couple of dependencies which we have already identified, right? So let me copy the dependencies from my previous project wherein we were having some dependencies already. So I will be using TestNG, Selenium, Apache Poi, couple of dependencies for Apache Poi. Right, so this all would come under dependencies tag. So as of now, I am adding only the 5 dependencies, sorry, 7 dependencies, 2 for your one for Selenium, one for TestNG, and 5 for Apache Poi API, right? Going forward, when we will be integrating this with our other tools like the extend report and all, those dependencies we will be adding that time. So this is the list of dependencies which we require for Apache Poi API, right? So five dependencies we require. You are aware, right, how to get the dependencies, Vishal, Satara, right? Or you want me to show it again?
Could you show it again?
Yeah, so we will be going to this MVN repository URL, and wherein we can search for the dependency, for the required dependency. Let's say for Selenium, I will have to put Selenium Java, then you search the dependency and you will get a very first, right? So mostly it would be very first option, right, which will be giving you the dependencies. So here all the versions would be listed, right? 4.3.x, 4.2.x, 4.1, 4.0, 3.141.59, right? So these all versions would be listed here. So based on the your project requirement, you can pick the any of the version, right? So ideally it should be the latest version, and it should be the version which is in production, not a beta version or alpha version, right? So you should actually ignore these all, probably pick the stable version, right? So once you go here, you would be like seeing multiple options, like which automation, which build tool you want to use. So here in our case, we are using a Maven. So we will be picking this dependencies. If we are using Gradle, we will be picking this dependency. Then we have different other tools also, build automation tools also, Gradle, SBT, IV, Grape, etc. Right? So we are mostly using Maven and Gradle, right? So according to your editor automation tool, this build tool, you can pick the dependency from here. So you copy this within this dependency tags, and then paste it in your pom.xml file. Okay, so that is what we have done earlier, right? So we have picked this dependency and then paste it here in this file. Right? So likewise, I have got all the dependencies, be it for TestNG and for Apache POI, right? So these all dependencies I have got from MBN repository and pasted it here. And actually, once you paste all the dependencies, those jars would be downloaded automatically by the Maven itself, and those jars would be kept in your M2 folder, right? So once you save the dependency, once you enter the dependency here and then save this, this build, Maven would download the jars for you, and it will keep in the M2 folder, .m2 folder. Right, so that folder is automatically created under your users folder in your C drive, right? So M2 folder and then repository, and then you will see all the jars there, right? Physically also you can go there and see, right? So in case they ask you like where all those dependencies are downloaded and stored, it is actually a .m2 folder, right? So until here it is fine, right? So we are adding the dependencies and all the jars are getting downloaded automatically. So you don't have to download the individual jars in this case and integrate those jars with your build path, right? So this all is done automatically by the Maven tool. So that is the reason it is called as build automation tool, because it is building a project for you, right? So that is a one benefit, right? So it is building the project for you. And the second benefit is like, if at all you are actually looking to upgrade your any of the jar, right? So let's say there is a new version available, so you just have to update the version here, right? You just have to update the right version here, and the deletion of the previous jar and the addition of the new jar would all be taken care by the Maven itself. So you don't have to do anything manually. Otherwise, in case of like manual addition of new version, what you have to do, you have to go to build path and then delete the previously added jar and then add the new jar once you are downloading that, right? So that's a kind of long process. But here it is very simplified. You just have to change the version number, the new version which you want to integrate, and everything else would be taken care by Maven. Right, so that's another benefit, right? So in case of upgrading a version, it would be too easy. Third benefit of this is, as in like, since pom.xml file would be used across your entire team, right? So all the members of the team would be having the same version of your tools, right? So there won't be any deviation in terms of like, I am using the different version, you are using the different version, and the third person is also using the different version. So there would not be any kind of that difference, right? So all would be using the same version, because this would be kept in my central repository, and from there everyone would be like cloning this. So this would be my third benefit, right? So there would not be any deviation in terms of using the different version. Right, so that would be that is the reason we are referring Maven project, and this pom.xml file essentially is called as the heart of the project, right? So this is actually taking care of all your tools and all. All right, so until here it is fine, right? So we have added the dependencies, and then those jars are automatically added. Now our next task would be to we would be designing a framework step by step, right? So our approach is already decided that we would be using page object model along with our hybrid approach, right? So that we have already created, we have identified the dependencies as of now and added there, right? Now the next would be our folder structure, which we have understood from this architecture, right? So my first would be like I will have to create couple of folders, couple of packages inside these folders, src main java and src test java, right? So one second, not this one. Let me just minimize this. And this is the one, right? So src main java will be having only only the packages which are related to your configuration, which are related to your base classes, page classes, and all would be kept under src main java. And src test java is a folder which will have the package only for keeping your test cases, right? So that would be the difference. All those configurations and all those packages I would be creating in the main java, and all those test related package I would be creating in my test java, right? So main java, let me just write it here also. So my main java folder would be keeping all the utilities, then all your page classes and all your libraries, right? So everything would be kept in my main java folder, and then my test java would keep only the test cases, right? So whatever the test cases I am having for each web page, those all would be created in the test java folder, right? Now in my next task would be to create the package. So before that, I just want to take a pause of a minute until here everything is fine, guys, with you, or you have any confusion, though it is very simple.
No issues, no questions, Nitin.
No questions. Nitin.
All right.
No issues, Nitin.
All right. So this meeting is actually